Hey guys, Roman Reaper here, just back with a quick little review for you. So I just got done watching Aftersun. This is the feature directorial debut of Charlotte Wells, and yeah, for like months and months I've been seeing lots of rave reviews for this, lots of buzz, lots of hype. There's some of that awards hype as well, including a Best Actor nomination for its leading actor Paul Mescal. As you know, he didn't win, but certainly bodes well for his acting career going forward. Um, but does the film actually live up to all of this hype? Let's find out. So in the film, we see a woman named Sophie, sort of looking back on a holiday she had with her father back when she was 11. This is like a rare holiday she shared with him, and in the film we see her looking back on these memories and reconciling the dad she knew with the man deep within that she didn't know. So I'm honestly just gonna come right and say it. I absolutely love this film. This was an incredible film, just genuinely really powerful piece of filmmaking. Like this is directed extremely well by Charlotte Wells. She has obviously done like several short films as well. One of which I think is included on the Blu-ray of the film as a bonus feature. So I'll probably have to check that out at some point. It's directed really well, and it shows in like just how like warm and like genuine everything feels. Like the cinematography is stunning. Because this is like a small scale, independent British film. It doesn't have any of like the razzle dazzle of like any of the other big awards films or the mega budget Hollywood blockbusters. But for what it lacks in like panache, it brings with it a genuine vibrance and warmth that perfectly captures the cozy like nostalgic feel that the story is going for. It is stunning, capturing all these like all the locales of I think it's Greece, the film setting, and it and it brings a real vibrance and a real warmth, and it almost makes you feel like you yourself are on this holiday with them. It feels very authentic and natural, and adding to this feel of nostalgia is a really clever artistic choice where the film uses footage like mini DV footage from that Sophie got from the holiday, and yeah, it gives it this sort of old school nostalgic feel to it, and it plays a very crucial part and very key parts in the narrative. So it's well implemented. It's not just like a stylistic gimmick for the sake of being a stylistic gimmick. Like it actually serves a purpose in the narrative, and the acting as well. Is really, really good. I obviously got to give props here to Frankie Corio. I think that's how you say it. As the younger Sophie, we sort of follow throughout most of the film. She's really good. This is her debut film role, I believe, and yeah, she's done it very well. Because this is a more mature kind of film, it avoids falling into all the traps you'd expect for like movie kids, being really annoying and but but Sophie here is she very much feels like a believable, like authentic portrayal of an 11-year-old. Like she's got that sort of natural enthusiasm and sort of innocence, and she's also like she's also not like stupid either. She knows what's going on, And you know, she also has in a way, kind of a curiosity of what the future has in store for her. It's a really, really good performance, and you know, and it's genuinely very charming, and it lends itself really well to the scenes of her sort of bonding with other guests at this hotel that she and her dad are staying at. Notably, a sort of relationship she shares with a boy her age, Michael, who she bonds with on a motorbike racing game at the arcade, and even some very funny scenes of her bonding with some teenagers, which including a hilarious scene where she and a teenage boy push a couple of the other ones into the pool. It's very, very. She's lovely. She's very charming. But Paul Mescal, he's brilliant. He is brilliant. Yeah, I said it. Obviously, of the sort of normal people stars, obviously, you know, Daisy Edgar Jones is, you know, really broken out and gotten, you know, very high profile roles, but Paul Mescal has, you know, has used that sort of, has broken out of the from that show and taken, you know, some genuinely very interesting projects that, and not necessarily ones of like the highest profile either. Well, apart from, well, the fact that he's, you know, nabbed the lead in Gladiator 2, which is, you know, good on him. And he absolutely deserves it. His performance here is incredible. He's very, very magnetic. He's, you know, he's charming and funny. You know, he effortlessly does this, you know, the embarrassing dad thing without it feeling over the top. It feels natural. It feels authentic. But you know, he's a well-meaning man who, you know, who, you know, who, you know, can't always quite, you know, reach for. He can't quite get to where he's, you know, reaching for in terms of, you know, how he wants to like please Sophie because, you know, of his financial struggles. But that doesn't stop him from trying, and it's a really good performance to out in that. And he also perfectly sells Callum's sort of like inner like mental anguish. Like there are these like scenes where the camera will just sort of linger on him to sort of like, you know, let us let us know that, you know, there's something going on with him that, you know, that we as the audience and of course Sophie doesn't quite know yet. Uh, and and even like, you know, perhaps the most standout of these is a scene where he just breaks out into tears on like the hotel bed. It's a wonderful long drawn out scene and incredibly powerful. And I also really like the touch of, you know, he's like trying to sort of keep his anguish, you know, at bay and sort of keep himself, you know, zen and calm by doing Tai Chi. And there's even a lovely scene later on in the film where he actually teaches a bit of it to Sophie. And all of this perfectly encapsulates a film that's, you know, not just about nostalgia and like, you know, the lovely childhood memories you had with your parents, but it's also how time and, you know, and age and added context sort of helps you to, you know, change your perception of these events and how you see them. It's a, you know, wonderfully communicated message. It's, you know, you know, it's not just, you know, because it's an independent film. You know, it's not just hammered home, not so subtly throughout the course of the film. It's handled in a genuinely like, you know, quiet and subtle manner. You know, allowing the audience to come to this conclusion themselves. It's also, you know, it's also got a solid soundtrack full of like, you know, recognizable 90s hit songs, and it even got, you know, got wonderful moments of humor as well. and it's also to balance that when it's emotional stuff it hits hard. Not least the ending, which genuinely nearly had me in tears. It's incredibly powerful stuff, and also thanks Charlotte, I'll never hear Under Pressure the same way ever again. And yeah, that's about what I have to say about Aftersun. It's a genuinely incredible and powerful piece of filmmaking. I absolutely loved every minute of it. It's so warm and cozy, but also so hard hitting and powerful. It's just brilliant, and it is held together so wonderfully by two amazing central performances. Yeah, yeah. Overall, Aftersun, you know where this is going. I'm awarding this a very well deserved 10 out of 10. Seriously, watch this film if you haven't already. It's incredible. And yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Aftersun? What do you think of it? Are you excited for the future of Paul Mescal's acting career with him landing the big role in Gladiator 2? And are you interested in seeing where Frankie Corio's career goes? You know, because she's young and and this is her first role, so maybe this will lead to a healthy career going forward. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.